Welcome to Hee Haw, starring Buck Owens and Roy Clark.
I'm Buck.
I'm Roy.
Let's go.
In right now.
Do you think you could ever love a feller like me?
Yeah, he wasn't too much like you.
Hey, Clem, how would you go about getting a woman to marry you?
Well, if she don't want to, she won't. But if she does, there just ain't no way to keep her from doing it.
I sure would like to have you for my wife.
What would your wife want with me?
Hey, Junior, if you had money, what would you do?
I'd travel.
Here's a nickel, hit the road.
Scarecrow, huh? Nobody wants to steal this corn.
Jed, there's a new baker in town by the name of Ludwig Schlemmenhacker.
How do you spell it?
B-A-K-E-R.
Boy, when I was in school, our teacher was so fat, every time she turned around, she raced a blackboard. We had to follow her home to get her lesson.
Wouldn't that cock your dang pistol?
Though seemingly impossible, we once again present the continuing story of the Culhanes of Cornfield County. The story of a small-town country family who some folks might call silly, but we prefer to think of as merely foolish. As we look in on the Culhanes, they are busily making up their shopping list for the week.
1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4. 5 potato, 6 potato, 7 potato more.
Stop that, Cousin Clem.
I like a rhyming shopping list.
Do we need any bananas?
No, we still got 1,100 in the fruit cellar. Bought 'em last week and then found out we didn't like 'em.
Well, maybe we ought to pick up a few more just in case. Better safe than sorry.
We need some tires.
We ain't got no car.
Well, let's not get anything.
But what will we eat?
How about bananas too?
Tune in next week when we'll hear Cousin Junior say,
I'm a Chiquita banana and I'm here to stay.
Aren't they silly?
Seems to me we could learn a lot from the squirrels if they could talk, which they don't.
Now here's Buck.
There's a place down the street we call Sam's Place. Hey, and he'll start a jumping every evening when the sun goes down. You can always find me down at Sam's Place. Hey, that's where the gang all hangs around. Now there's old Jimmy shaking Tina, hey, Pasadena. She always got a big smile on her face. There's old Hoochie Coochie Hattie, she comes from Cincinnati. Yeah, there's always a party at Sam's Place. Well, they got a swinging band down at Sam's Place, and you can hear them picking 20 blocks away. They're playing country music down at Sam's Place from the setting sun till the break of day. Now there's old Jimmy shaking Tina, she hails the Pasadena. She always got a big smile on her face. Now there's old Chick Coochie Hattie, she comes from Cincinnati. Yeah, there's always a party at Sam's Place, and I'll meet you tonight at Sam's Place.
Hey, teacher, one of the boys in the class said I look like you.
That's nice. What did you say?
Nothing. He's bigger than I was.
Coconuts make such good traveling companions.
I crossed a bridge with the car.
What'd you get?
To the other side.
Pep took me to school when I was 15. I started.
Started when you're 15.
And he said, what do you all teach here? He asked the principal.
Yeah.
What do you all teach? And the principal said, well, reading, writing, math, trigonometry, geography. And Pep stopped him and said, wait a minute. Give him some of that trigonometry. He's the worst shot in the family. Still there, and a little boy there, and then the teacher said, I wanted you to tell me the difference now between prose and poetry. Well, he didn't know, you know. And the teacher says, well, I'll show you. I'll write on the board. I'll write some prose, and then I'll write some poetry. So she wrote, there was an old woman that lived on the hill, and last week she moved to town. Said that's prose because it doesn't rhyme. And then she wrote, there was an old woman that lived on a hill, and if she's not dead, she's living there still. She said that's poetry because it does rhyme. So he said, I understand that all right. So the next day she said, Johnny, get up there and tell us the difference between prose and poetry. And he jumped up and he said, there was an old woman that lived by the well, and when she died, she went to what do you want, prose or poetry?
Here is Connie Smith.
Another KORN public service announcement. Well, not so much a public service, it's more like your private. Mrs. Elmer Drury, about past the county line, one of our leading hem stitchers, is moving into town where she'll soon be giving lessons on the piano. She'll be teaching all the young people how to play them archipelagos with the crossed hands through the whole of a musical piece. And she sure can make a piano talk, Miss Archie. You ought to hear her get through your Blue Beard of Happiness. She could even get through your Moonlit Sinatra. Not like that rock and roll ragtime they're playing today. Sounds like a bucket full of lead balls rolling off a tin roof.
If you have $100 in the savings account, that's like having money in the bank.
Here is Waylon Jennings.
Well, I'll make it all right from a Monday morning till a Friday night. Oh, those lonely weekends since you left me, I'm as lonely as I can be. Said our love is never gonna die. Said you'd be true to me. Baby, you didn't even try. Well, I'll make it all right. From a Monday morning till a Friday night. Oh, those lonely weekends. Said you'd be true to me. Said our love was never gonna die. Said you'd be true to me. Baby, didn't even try. Well, I'll make it all right. From a Monday morning till a Friday night. Oh, those lonely weekends. Oh, those lonely weekends.
I can't pay you for my groceries today, Lem.
Well, that's all right. I'll just write your name on the wall there.
Well, I don't want my name up on the wall there. It's kind of embarrassing when everybody comes in and sees it.
They won't see it. Your coat's gonna hang right over top.
They asked me if I'd like bathing beauties, but I told them I hadn't ever bathed one.
Your mother was not the best cook in our county. Beans and sow belly I can take now and then. But her at the table, just a rantin' and a raving. Believe me, my darling, she was no gentle Ben. Where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and I thought I found true love. You met another and you was gone.
Junior, is it pronounced tomato or tomato?
Is what pronounced tomato or tomato?
Hey, wouldn't that knock your hat in the creek?
My wife wants to keep a pig in the bedroom, but I don't think I could stand the smell.
Well, why don't you open my window?
What? Let all my chickens out?
Here is the Southern gentleman, Sonny James.
On the bank of the river stood a running bear, young Indian brave. On the other side of the river stood his lovely Indian maid, a little white dove who was a herding, such a lovely sight to see. But the tribes fought with each other, so their love could never be. Running bear, love a little white dove with a love big as the sky. Running bear, love a little white dove with a love that couldn't die. He couldn't swim the raging river, 'cause the river was too wide. He couldn't reach the little white dove waiting on the other side. In the moonlight, he could see her throwing kisses across the way. Her little heart was beating faster, waiting for her Indian brave. Running bear, love a little white dove with a that couldn't die. Running bear dove in the water, little white dove did the same, and they swam out to each other. Through the swirling stream they came, as their hands touched and their lips met, the raging river pulled them down. Now they'll always be together in their happy hunting ground. Running bear, love a white dove with a love big as the sky. Running bear, love a little white dove with a love that couldn't die.
Way back yonder, I used to mess with a little white whiskey. Moonshine, they called it back in the hills. And, I got in a little bit of trouble about it. They got to where, well, I started off working for another man, you know, and he was paying me. And after I got enough money to start for myself, well, Junior decided to start for himself, so I started for myself. And, of course, naturally, that wound up getting me into trouble. For this other man, I cut in on him, and he didn't like it, so he started having me caught. They catch this car, and they catch that car, and got disgusted me, broke-hearted me, got all of my money, started me to nearly drinking. It nearly drove me. Got to where I drank if I could get a chaser, you know. But I just quit that. They got 7 or 8 cases again. Men had to work for 5 or 6 years to get out of it, and work, I can't stand that. That just killed me, you know. So I just got out of that business. They locked me up, said they were going to throw the key away, but they didn't. I finally got out of that deal.
When you say you could get a chaser, what'd you use for a chaser?
Tomato.
Tomato? How about a can of pork and beans?
Well, pork and beans makes good it's what I use now. I used mater back then. There wasn't no pork and beans back then.
Chase it with beans?
Yeah.
Chase a drink with pork and beans?
Beans is the best thing you can get for a chaser.
Really? How come?
Well, I don't know. It just killed the taste of the liquor.
I crossed a Campbell with a bartender.
What'd you get?
I don't know, but it sold 10 drinks without a drop of water.
Hi.
A fish out of water has to drink it straight.
Show me a man who's not afraid to work 18 hours a day, and I'll show you one tired clown.
Roy, why did you put a frog in Albert's lunch pail?
Because I couldn't find a turtle.
Well, ain't that a hole in your boat?
Well, it's a bright and sunny Sunday in Cornfield County as we find the Culhanes talking about their recent trip to the circus.
I didn't like the three-headed boy they had this year.
Yep. The one they had last year was better. What did you like about the circus, Junior?
I didn't go, don't you remember?
That's right. You didn't go.
I wasn't there.
He wasn't there at all.
I forgot to go.
The thing is, you weren't there.
I don't think I'll go next year either.
I'd like to marry the clown, but I can't remember what he looks like.
Sure you do. He had a big red wig and a big red nose and big red lips and a white face. Nobody else looks like that.
Cousin Luke does.
You're right. In fact, the whole family does.
Tune in next week when Grandpa says,
I think I swallowed my mustache wax.
Milk company told me all they have they owe to others.
Is this Archie Campbell's barbershop?
Oh, yes.
Well, I'm with the insurance company.
Oh, you have my new policy. I'm glad it came through.
Well, I don't have your policy yet. There are a few preliminaries. I have to get a few questions answered here, and then we can
Right,
send
you
it
don't
through.
mind waiting just a minute, do you? Hold this for me, will you, Junior?
Name?
Name, you want my real name, not my stage name.
Yes, your name.
Real name is James.
James, eh? And what is your last name?
Well, that is my last name, James.
Oh, what is your first name?
James.
James James?
No, James J. James.
And what does the J stand for?
James.
James. James.
Yeah, we a little monotonous there, but it's the best we could do at the time.
How about your parents?
I had two of those, Papa and Mama.
Well, I would expect
Papa
that.
married Mama.
Yeah, naturally. Now, what was your father's name?
His name was James.
Naturally, your name's James. His name would be James. What's your father's first name?
James.
Don't tell me he's James J. James, too.
No, his name was James O. James.
James O. James. What's the O stand for?
Opium.
Mr. James Opium is a dope.
Oh, did you know him, too?
Oh, I see. Born?
Oh, yes. Oh, you mean where was I born?
Yes.
Oh, I was born upstairs.
No.
I might as well be honest with you. We were a very poor family and couldn't afford kids. A neighbor had me. I was born next door.
Yeah, okay, fine. When were you born?
Born early one morning, 7 o'clock.
Now, how on earth would you know it was 7 o'clock?
I had the alarm set. I wouldn't have missed that for nothing. First time it ever happened in my house.
Of course. How many in the family?
Let's see, there was 14.
14 altogether, eh?
No, just one at a time.
Oh, I see. One at a time, naturally. How were they split up, boys and girls?
Well, I had, there's all boys.
All boys?
All boys, except the girls.
Oh, I see.
And they all had the same name.
For goodness sake.
Yeah, all of them named Bill except Jack.
What was Jack's name?
Joe.
Joe, I see. Thank you. How about your nationality?
Oh, proud of my nationality. I'm Republican.
Yeah. No, that's your politics. I want your nationality. See, nationality is where you're born.
Yeah.
If you were born in Germany, you'd be a German.
Oh, is that
if
right?
you were born in France, you'd be a Frenchman. If you were born in Poland, you'd be a Pole, you know.
Born in Poland, you'd be a Pole. If I was born in Holland, would I be a hole?
Yeah. What is your occupation?
Occupation?
Yes.
Proud of that, too. Me and Junior both. Baptist.
Well, that's not your occupation. That's your belief.
That's my occupation.
No,
Baptist.
no. Your occupation is something different. Like, your occupation...
Give me an example.
Well,
There's a difference in occupation
There is,
and belief.
definitely. For instance, I'm a good-looking, upstanding, hard-working young insurance man.
What's that?
That's my occupation.
That's your belief.
Oh, I
Yeah, I got one on you, Junior. I passed your house last night and I saw you kissing your wife.
Well, I got one on you, Roy. I was at home last night.
Paul, I want to get married, but I don't want to leave Ma.
Good. Take her with you.
Hey, Junior, there's a burglar snuck into my house last night.
Did he get anything?
Got a big knot on his head. My wife thought it was me.
No matter how lightly opportunity knocks on a girl's door, the landlady's bound to hear it. But I don't believe I'd have told that.
Carrots must be good for your eyes. How's that? You ever see a rabbit wearing glasses?
Hey, Clem, I was out of square dancing with a girl last night, and she just kept getting taller and taller.
Well, how come?
Well, she had a wooden leg, and I guess I kept spinning her the wrong direction.
How do you like this picture I drew of a cow eating grass?
All right, but I don't see any grass.
Well, a cow eat it up.
I don't see no cow.
Well, you can't expect a cow to hang around where there's no grass.
Charlie Ferguson with your KORN report on your culture. I don't mean your agra or your horta. Talk about entertainment. The thing that come to town last week. Clyde Lippert's great Golden Museum and Educational Exposition. Featured a dried mermaid and the armless wonder Karima who can crochet mats and write cards in a beautiful vertical foot. But the best show of all was put on by the tattooed lady. Britannica, the human encyclopedia. She has the great Colorado train wreck of 1919 tattooed right there in her stomach. And for 50 cents extra, she'll reenact the whole incident by moving her abominable muscle. Now, the big attraction was supposed to be the double-headed boy from Borneo, live before your eyes. But the whole thing, it was a fake. Oh, he had the two heads all right. I don't believe he was from Borneo at all. He looked more to me like a couple of fellas I went to school with. One of them passed without trying.
Connie Smith.
Enshroud the night when day is
USA. In Texas, then the entire state of Rhode Island.
My boy took a test for the mail route yesterday.
Did he?
One of the questions on the test was, how far is it from the Earth to the moon?
If it was my boy, I don't believe I'd let him take that route.
Now here's luck.
Oh, it's crying time again. You're gonna leave me. I can see that faraway look in your eye. I can tell by the way you hold me, darling, that it won't be long before it's crying time. Now they say that absence makes a heart grow fonder, and that tears are only rain to make love grow. Well, my love for you could never grow no stronger if I live to be 100 years old. Now you say that you found someone you love better. That's the way it's happened every time before. And as sure as the sun comes up tomorrow, crying time will start when you walk out the door. Oh, it's crying time again. You're gonna leave me. I can see that faraway look in your eye. I can tell by the way you hold me, darling, that it won't be long before it's crying time.
The longest snake in the world wears a hat.
Roy, do you think I'm beautiful?
Yep.
Do you think I have pretty eyes?
Yep.
Do you think my lips are like rosebuds?
Yep.
Do you think my figure's perfect?
Yep.
You sure do say the nicest things.
You don't have to hang from a tree to be a nut.
Here on the farm, I'm sure getting lazy, laying around while there's plenty to do. When you went away, you took my cow Bessie. Now I miss her more than I ever missed you. Where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and I thought I'd found true love. You met another and you was gone.
You know, I crossed a rooster with a rooster.
What'd you get?
A very cross rooster.
Everybody knows you're stepping on my toes, and I'm getting pretty tired of it. You've been stepping out of line and I'm messing with my mind. If you had any sense, you'd quit. But ever since you were a little bitty teeny girl, said I was the only man in this whole world. Now you better do some thinking, then you'll find you got to own it, daddy, that'll walk the line. I keep her working every day, all you wanna do is play. Tired of staying out all night. I'm a coming unglued from your funny little mood. Now 100, baby, that ain't right. But ever since you were a little bitty teeny girl, said I was the only man in this whole world. Now you better do some thinking, then you'll find you got the only daddy that'll walk the line. Packing up clothes, nearly everybody knows that you're still just a putting me on. When they started walking, gonna hear you started squawking, and they're begging me to come back home. Ever since you were a little bitty squirrely girl, said I was the only man in this whole world. Now you better do some thinking, then you'll find you got the only daddy that'll walk the line. You got the only daddy that'll walk the line.
Remember, it's a far, far better life to be rich and healthy than to be poor and sick.
Hey, Grandpa, what's for supper?
Pot liquor, hog joel, sweet taters, turnip greens, corn pone, and chess pie.
Yum, yum!
And I'm still a grinning. Do you know what an eye doctor is?
Yeah, it's a side for sore eyes. Hey.
What?
Has your wife kept her girlish figure?
Kept it, heck, she's doubled it.
I crossed an American Eagle with a Colt 45.
What'd you get?
I don't know. It went to Canada to avoid the drought.
Well, I tell you, all this picking is giving me a terrific headache.
Well, you know, when I have a headache, I go home to my wife, and she gives me a big hug and a kiss, and before you know it, my headache's all gone. You ought to try that.
I think I will. Is your wife home?
I'd appreciate it. I'd appreciate you telling everybody, Roy, I appreciate you've been telling it all over town. You've been telling all over town what a great sculptor I am.
I do repeat myself a lot. But I didn't tell him you were a great sculpture, Buck. I told him you was a big chiseler.
Roy.
Preston.
You know what they call three old maids on a bus?
No, Buck. What do they call three old maids on a bus?
Passengers, man.
I don't know him very well. I only met him at the dance.
And you promised to marry him?
Yeah, but that's all.
Hey, Roy, can you tell me where Timbuktu is?
I can't even tell you where Timbuk 1 is. Do you know why they call the English language the mother of all languages?
Yeah, because father never gets a chance to use it.
No kangaroo has ever been issued a gasoline credit card.
What
Well, that depends on what he does.
I sure hope this place got a back door.
Arch, don't you figure it's about time you and me thought about getting married?
That's ridiculous, Roy. You just ain't my type.
It's early evening as we find Cousin Lulu talking to Grandpa about the upcoming Tomato Festival.
Are you going to the Tomato Festival over in Gromley Center this year, Grandpa?
Nope, I went last year and Fad McAds hit me with a watermelon and I decided right then and there I'd have had enough of it.
Can't say as I blame you, Grandpa. Me and Junior went to the Tomato Festival, what, 8 years ago? I wanted a tomato hat, and he wanted a tomato.
What's a tomato?
Nothing's the matter with me. What's the matter with you?
I wish I had a watermelon.
Tune in again next week, when we'll hear Junior say,
I just swallowed my pet turtle.
The Southern gentleman, Sonny James.
As the sun lost its light, since you're gone, ain't nothing right. I'm in a midnight mood. Together we keep the weather so sunny and warm every day. You leave me and you grieve me. You take the sunshine away. Rain will fall steady on my heart, just as long as we are far apart. I'm in a midnight mood.
Now, wouldn't that bust your galaxy?
If I was to kiss you, would you holler for help?
No,
How would you meet the situation?
face to face.
Hey, what does your son do?
He's a bootblack in the city.
Oh, I see. You make hay while the sun shines.
Whoa, you'd better run that and buy me again.
What does your son do?
He's a bootblack in the city.
Oh, I see. You make hay while the sun shines.
Hey, Paul, what's ethics?
Won't you ask your uncle? He used to drive one.
What are you doing up there on that roof?
I'm gonna fly.
All right, but you fly right around this cornfield where these little children can watch you.
That gate's been closed. These kooks couldn't have got into this field.
Lulu, my uncle got elected to Congress.
Honestly?
What difference does that make?
There's a fellow the other day sold me an incubator, and he said it would replace 10 hens.
Is it any good?
Nope. Had it for 2 weeks, and it ain't laid a single egg yet.
Jeb, that was kind of a dollar and cents marriage, wouldn't you say?
Yep. He ain't got no dollars, and she ain't got no cents.
Hey, Clem, went to the photographer the other day and had a picture made of me and my wife. Photographer said just take a natural pose, so we had a picture made of me standing there and her with her hand in my pocket.
You know, last Halloween, Paul went out trick-or-treating, and now he's in the hospital recuperating.
What happened?
Well, Ma caught him with this cute little trick, and you should see the way she treated him.
Life is a lot like a haircut. It can be too short on the top. It can be, well, life is like, well, when you get a haircut, life is nothing like a haircut.
That's silly. I mean, merely foolish.
Well, good night, Mr. Owens.
Good night, Mr. Clark.
And good night, everybody else. And we'll see you next week on...
Hee Haw! Also appearing on Hee Haw tonight, Jeb Woolley and his sidekick, Ben Calder, Archie Gamble, Gordy Tapp, Don Harris, Janine Riley, Grandpa Jones, Lulu Roman, Junior Sample, Jennifer Bishop, Susan Ray, String Bean, Kathy Baker, Kingfish the Wonder Dog, John Rich and the Buckaroos, and the Nashville Edition.